Hey moms, what if the strength we want to see in our kids start with quiet lessons like humility, honesty, and prayer? This week we're guiding our children toward character that lasts one conversation at a time. Hi, I'm Rosie Perez, author of A Year of Love 365 Days of Faith and Inspiration for Mothers. Every single week, I share simple, faith filled ways to connect with your child and nurture love at every stage of motherhood. Visit my website for daily entries, free resources, and to join our virtual mom group for encouragement and prayer. Now, let's dive into this week's Steps of Love. Day 169. Teach them about humility. Humility is one of the most powerful traits a person can have, but it's also one of the hardest to teach. Today, talk with your child about humility and what it really looks like, putting others before yourself, serving without expecting praise, and admitting when you're wrong. You might share a time when you humbled yourself and how it brought peace, healing, or growth in a situation. You could say, humility isn't weakness, it's strength under control. When I humbled myself, God used it to open doors I didn't even expect can open. Let them know that God honors the humble and that true greatness comes through service and love. Day 170. Help them navigate disappointment. Disappointment is part of life, isn't it? And helping our children process it with faith and perspective is one of the greatest gifts we can give them. Today, if your child is facing a letdown, whether it's not making the team, a canceled plan, or a broken friendship, don't rush to fix it. Sit with them, listen, and let them feel it. Then gently share a moment from your own life when something didn't go the way you hoped. But in time, God brought something better. You might say, I remember being so heartbroken when that door closed, ... But later, I saw that God was protecting me and preparing me for something better. Help them understand that even in disappointment, God is still working. He sees the full picture and His plans are always for their good. Day 171. Model self-care. Moms, you pour so much into your children. You show up with love, patience, and strength, even when you're running on empty. Isn't it true? But today, I want you to remember something. Something's truly, 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 truly important. You cannot give what you don't have. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's an act of love for you and for your family. Take time today to nourish your soul, whether it's a quiet walk, a few moments in prayer, reading a devotional, or simply stepping away for a deep breath. Let today be a reset. And as you do, remember this. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? Therefore, honor God with your bodies. 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. Caring for yourself honors the God who made you. And when your children see you make space to rest, really, really, truly rest, and refill, you're teaching them that strength comes not from striving, but from surrender. Day 172. Pray for the world. Moms, it's so easy to get caught up in the daily needs of our own homes, our kids, our families, our own challenges. But today, I want to invite you to lift your eyes a little higher. Take time with your child to pray for people beyond your circle. Pray for those that are hurting in other parts of the world, for leaders who need wisdom, for classmates, teachers, and neighbors who are quietly struggling, for healing, justice, peace, and God's light to shine in those dark places. When the Apostle Paul wrote to Timothy, I want to use this as an example, he encouraged believers to pray for all people through petitions, intercessions, and thanksgiving. He knew the power of lifting others up in prayer, and so do we. You can find that in 1 Timothy 2:1. So when we teach our children to pray for others, we're teaching them compassion. We're helping them see that faith is not just personal, it's powerful and purposeful. You might simply say something like, God, show us how to care for others. Help us pray for those we've never met because they matter to you and they should matter to us too. So this small act is a big step in raising kids who care about the world, and it's so, so important. And trust that your prayers and their prayers can truly make a difference. Day 173, discuss harmful influences. Today's conversation might feel a little heavy, but it's one of the most important ones you can ever have with your children. Talk with your child about the things they may see around them, such as smoking, drinking, drugs, or even toxic friendships. These influences often appear harmless or even cool, but they can pull our children away from God's purpose for their lives. Remind them, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. You were bought at a price. Those aren't my words. That's from Paul. In 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20, God cares deeply about how we care for ourselves, and He wants us to walk in freedom, not bondage. Explain that saying no to harmful behaviors isn't about shame, it's about strength. It's about honoring God with their choices and trusting that His ways lead to life, not destruction. Take a minute to ask your child, what things have you seen or heard that you're curious or unsure about? Ask them those questions like that. How would you respond if someone pressured you to do this or to do that? Who can you come to if you feel stuck in a situation? You don't have to have all the answers, Mom. Just be present, honest, and willing to listen to them. Let today be a reminder that your child's body, mind, and spirit are worth protecting, and that they don't have to face the world's pressures alone. You're there with them every step of the way. Day 174. Teach them to speak truth. Today, talk to your child about the value of honesty, even when it's hard. Let them know that telling the truth builds trust and reflects God's heart. It doesn't mean we'll always get it right, but it means we're choosing integrity over fear and growth over guilt. Let them know God doesn't expect perfection, but He delights in a heart that chooses truth. If your child has struggled with honesty lately, today's a great day to really talk through with them and gently. No lectures, just an open heart and a willingness to grow together. You can even share a moment from your own life when telling the truth was truly essential but hard, but you did what was right. Let them see that even adults wrestle with this sometimes, and that honesty is a lifelong habit, not a one-time decision. Encourage them, if you ever need to confess something, I'm here. I'd rather hear the truth than a perfect story. Day 175. Reflect on God's protection. Mom, I've been through a lot in my life, and every season, every trial has shown me just how perfect God's plan really is. From going to school and raising 4 children to literally losing everything financially and having to start all over again. To juggling career, ministry, motherhood, and constantly wondering, Lord, am I in your will? Are you pleased with me and what I'm doing in my life? Through it all, I've learned one thing. God has protected every part of my life because I've allowed Him to do so. And I share that with my children. I want them to know that His protection isn't just physical. It's emotional, it's spiritual, and deeply, deeply personal. I tell them when I pray, I'm not just hoping for a better day. I'm truly surrendering every fear, decision, and doubt to the one who sees the whole picture. I've stopped trying to fix everything on my own. I've started trusting Him to lead me every step of the way, and I want them to do the same. That's why I must share that with them. So today, invite your children into that kind of trust. Share a story when you saw God's hand, maybe when something fell into place or when peace came in the middle of a huge storm. Let them know the Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. Psalm 121:7. Talk about what that means for them, that they can pray when they're scared, that God listens when no one else understands, that He's always working, even when we don't see it yet. Sorry, I get emotional with that. At the end of the day, end it with a prayer together. Ask God to guide your family, cover your children, and remind them that wherever they go, they are never, ever, ever alone. Moms, thank you for showing up with love and trust this week with me. These conversations we're having about humility, honesty, forgiveness, and trust, they're shaping our children's heart in powerful ways, and we must have those conversations with them. Let me know in the comments which moment resonated most with you this week. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to subscribe and join our virtual mom group for more encouragement and support. I hope you've been encouraged this week, friends. Until next time, God bless you.